Brothers and sisters, you will enter paradise by the mercy of Allah. As for the deeds that you do, they are the ones that will be calling on the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, your deeds alone are not good enough to allow you entry into paradise. Rather, it is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, spoke about this, and he says, none of you will enter paradise by your deeds, but it is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, how to achieve that mercy of Allah? To be empathetic towards people, to put yourselves in the shoes of others, to ensure that you are an asset to society, to community, to those who are in need, to family members, and to the circles that you interact with as per the plan of Allah. Why do I say the plan of Allah? You were born without your choice. You had no choice. You were born to parents you did not choose. Allah chose them. You were born in a country you did not choose. Allah chose it. You were born in a community, in a nation, around people you did not choose. Allah chose. Yes, you grew up and perhaps a little bit of that might have changed. Some of it may be in your hands to a degree that Allah has allowed. Sometimes your parents, whoever else it may be. But as you grew up, you were never alone. Remember that. In order to survive, you need to interact. It's amazing how even to make money, you need to have more than one person. I cannot be alone. And even if I was a gold miner, for example, I cannot be alone. If I've mined the gold and keep looking at it, it doesn't help. I need to sell it. Someone needs to buy it. Whatever commodity I have, someone needs to purchase it. I need to interact. I need to fulfill the needs of others that Allah has kept within them in a way that I understand Allah's given me the power and the ability to help to that degree, and I'm going to benefit as well. So this type of mutual benefit is definitely going to be. It's part of the plan of Allah. Allah wants to see your uprightness. Are you going to be honest? Are you going to be clear and open about what you're selling? The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, says, those who are in business will be resurrected with the prophets and the pious and the martyrs if they are honest and upright and develop the correct relationship with Allah in terms of taqwa, in terms of your consciousness of Allah. If that's the case, and you are honest, trustworthy, upright, and so on, you will be resurrected with those who are loved by Allah because you interacted with people. They loved the deal. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, says Allah's mercy continues to descend upon business people who are considerate of the buyer when they are selling something and considerate of the seller when they are buying something, which means the deal needs to be a good deal. Don't rip off the people whom you are dealing with, because tomorrow when they find out this is what you've done, it will hurt their hearts, and the purity of the wealth you earned will not be felt. The blessings will be removed from what you earned because you ripped them off. Rather, you help them. They were excited with the deal. It was a fair market value, and you were excited with what you made in terms of money. Imagine purchasing something with a false oath. Someone tells you, I promise you, this is like this and this is like that and this is beautiful. You buy the gadget or you buy the vehicle or whatever else. You pay them the money. You're excited. You go home, and the next thing, it doesn't work, or it's wrong. It's not exactly what they told you it was. Will you not feel hurt in your heart? That hurt, Allah is watching it, the angels are recording it, and the negative effect of it will be felt by the people or the person who sold you the products with a false claim or a false oath. Reverse that and put yourself in the shoes of the one who has cheated someone else. Do you not think for a moment that the evil effect of it is going to come back to you? Well, if the evil effect of a bad deal comes back to you, then indeed the good effect of a good deed will also come back to you in terms of blessings. So always treat people fairly. Try to be a person who maximizes the number of people who can benefit from something rather than to have a very large profit margin with a small number who may benefit. The reasoning behind this is, although it is permissible to have a large profit or to make a large profit, the reason why it is more blessed to have a smaller profit and let more people benefit is, you never know from among those people who is closer to Allah, who needed it much more, whose dua or whose happiness and joy from within will return to you in the greatest of blessing compared to others. So you wouldn't know. And by you having reached out to a maximum number of people, you've increased your chances of earning the mercy of Allah. And that is what, as we said, will get you into paradise. Amazing. So those who have amassed wealth over time, if you were to ask them, they've either lost it before their death in some cases, or they have never taken all of that wealth with them. From among those who've left it behind, most of them, the more they've left behind, the greater the arguments and the fights and quarrels are between their heirs. Why? There is a reason. It's Allah telling you, you know what? You did not even need that amount of wealth. You could have enriched them to a degree. They all come with their own sustenance. Have you not noticed how strange it is where people are hoping to earn inheritance from their loved ones more than they are hoping to earn their own monies? So people are actually praying for the death of their loved ones sometimes because they think, well, my father's a multi-millionaire. Imagine if he were to die, I would have so much. Allah tells us, do not think that way. You need to think about working hard yourself and praying to Allah, trying your best and earning your own money. That's why the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, says the best wealth you could have ever earned is that which you've earned with your own perspiration. You sweated it out and you got it. It is so blessed, you will value it, and at the same time you know how difficult it was to make that money. May Allah Almighty grant us a true understanding. So my brothers and sisters, Allah wants us to reach out to people. Allah wants us to do for them what He's done for us in terms of goodness. Are you prepared to build someone the way Allah built you? Are you prepared to teach people something you know that they don't know? Are you prepared to actually empower people in a way that Allah empowered you? The answer in most cases is no. Do you know, teaching is something amazing. The Prophet Muhammad himself, peace be upon him, says, I was sent as a teacher. He was indeed a muallim. He came to teach people goodness. Muallim al-bashariyat al-khair. He came to teach humankind a lot of this goodness. Teaching is not very rewarding in the worldly terms, but in the eyes of Allah, it is very, very rewarding. You get a reward for those you taught, for everything they will do, and for everyone they have taught, and for everyone whom the people they taught have taught, and so on, right up to the Day of Judgment. And looking up, anyone who taught you and anyone who taught those who taught you will also be getting a reward until it gets right to the source. This is how beautiful it is to reach out to others. This is only in one way. If you have empowered someone, you get a full reward for the good that they will do with the wealth that they earn as well. That is something unique. Islam has that beautiful teaching known as Sadaqah Jariyah, charity, the reward of which continues beyond your death. When you have helped someone start up their business, it's not just a pat on the back that you're going to achieve, but rather any charity's goodness that they will do, you will continue to get a full reward for everything because it was through your initial assistance that they were able to be charitable. And guess what? If they do bad deeds, for as long as that instruction did not come from you, you won't even get a sin for the bad deeds of another. The only time you get a sin for the bad deeds of another is if you were involved, either through facilitation or through encouragement or in one way or another. But my brothers and sisters, here is the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He gave you. What did you do with what Allah gave you? And what has He given you? He's given you your time. Are you prepared to spend that time to go out to the poor and needy, to talk to them, to give them the feel and to feel them, to be able to realize what they're going through? Give them a good word. Take something to them. Are we prepared to visit the sick and ill? Are we prepared to actually go out and serve those in community who are downtrodden? Or is that not for us? Let's never think in a negative way. You want the mercy of Allah, which is going to get you into paradise? Well, here's how to get it. Together with your prayers and other obligations, Allah wants you really to reach out to everyone else. Hence, this month of Ramadan has within it such compassion that is unmatched. It is an opportunity. If you're not going to seize it, Ramadan is going to depart. If you're not going to seize it, that feeling is going to depart. If you don't do something about it now, that feeling is going to leave you. And then days will come when you will think, oh, I heard something, I wanted to do it, I didn't do it. Don't leave it for tomorrow. That procrastination is from shaitan. Let's get it cracking and we do it now and earn the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah bless every one of us.